Hi there, welcome to my partnership video. My name is Tony Goff and I'm a solo developer. My aim with this video is not really to try to sell anyone on a partnership with me, but to try to inform those who might be considering it the facts involved. So first I'm going to be going over his finances. What's the financial outlook for entering a partnership with me? Next I'd like to go over my brand. Does my brand complement yours or does it hurt it? Next I'm going to be going over consistency. If I turn into someone you rely on, can you rely on me in the future? Next, I'd like to go over my evident lack of record. Given that I'm relatively new to this industry, is it reasonable to trust me? Last, I'm going to be going over why I think a partnership with us would work well. So, let's get started! So, my goal with finance is to create a structure where you're directly tied to how well my game sells. Doing this allows us to get rid of script reading and other industry standards that you may be accustomed to, allowing you to promote your brand however you see fit. In my upcoming game Globeglider, there's a point system that the player uses to progress their character. At the end of every round, given that the player has made at least one donation, these points are doubled. When a player decides to make a donation, every donation is tied to a partner of mine. Every donation has a different purchase ID depending on what partner they chose. When a donation is purchased under your name, the player unlocks a cosmetic tied to your brand. The simplest approach here would be to give me your logo and I can slap it on the cape like I've done here with my face. However, if you feel like you want to design another cosmetic or want to go a different route, just please let me know. It's worth stating now, as a gamer myself, I refuse to implement anything too egregious as far as pay-to-win tactics, and I would like for most of my cosmetics to be tied towards progression. Once a donation is made, after the distribution fees, the donation will be split 50-50 between TH3 Games and the partner. Doing things this way has a lot of pros and cons like most things. One of the pros is that you're responsible for your own income, so you can do whatever you want. A con is you're responsible for your income, so if it doesn't do well, there's no guaranteed minimum amount. Though there is no minimum, the same can be said for the maximum. There is no cap to how many copies you can sell. Another con worth stating here is that my studio is still very small and I can't offer you any upfront payments. When contemplating a partnership, it's really important to figure out how our brands align. During the time I'm doing this video, I'm still trying to figure out what my brand is. Though my initial game Globeglider was made for all ages, I can't say the same for future games. One of the most critical questions you're likely asking is whether or not I can be a consistent and reliable partner. The short answer is I'm uncertain, and it hinges largely on how the performance of the first game Globeglider goes. Here's what I can tell you. With me getting better about automating a lot of the simpler tasks, I anticipate similar projects would take me around half the time as it does now. While my immediate goal is to cover my family expenses, as long as my game performs well, you can expect to see consistent output from me. In summary, while there's a lot of variables I cannot really control, my intention is to be as consistent and reliable as possible. Seeing as how trust is the foundation of any partnership, we should address the elephant in the room. I'm new to game development, and what I've learned is mostly self-taught. However, what I can say under my previous title as a journeyman wireman is that I've worked over 7 years. I've led crews, I've traveled the nation, and from my start of about 30,000, I increased it to 120. I was able to achieve all of this despite growing up under financially challenging conditions. So, when it comes to trust, I urge you to consider my proven track record and a demanding field that fundamentally is rooted in the same logical principles that I apply as a game developer. While industry-specific experience is often viewed as the gold standard, I believe this can be somewhat misleading and a little shallow. A true testament to a person's capability lies not in how well they can adhere to a specific set of rules or skills, but rather it's demonstrated in commitment, adaptability, and the resilience to excel even under challenging conditions. While I respect that many may consider a long industry track record as a primary criterion for trust, I'm still on my journey towards that milestone. However, if you're open to collaboration with someone who's deeply committed to learning and growth, I'm confident we can lay the groundwork for an extraordinary partnership. For this next part, I want to go into the realization that sparked my idea for this video. Your personal journey into content creation wasn't easy, was it? You had to confront a series of pretty tough questions. Is my content good enough to engage with an audience? Can I learn the skills necessary to set myself apart? Whether you're aware of it or not, you answer these questions the same way I answered mine. You answered them with a resounding, yes we can. That's because we're both committed. Despite what others may say, we persevere in our respective fields. Why do I think we'll make excellent partners? Because fundamentally we're more alike than most people realize. And seeing as how you've made it this far through the video, I have a theory about genuosity. When one genuine person encounters another, they're naturally inclined to help out one another. This partnership can be as simple and complex as you would like it to be, but as I look through your content and see the creator behind it, I believe a collaboration should be a little bit more than business. I want to know how you're doing and understand the struggles you face, regardless if I'm connected to them or not. We live in a world where the term partnership has lost a lot of the original meaning. A partnership at its core is a human interaction, and I intend to preserve as much of the human aspect as possible. And with that wraps up my partnership video. I look forward to hearing back with some of you. My business information should be appearing on the screen now. And thank you again for watching to the end.